Okay, we're about ready to go off the beaten path here and head back into the woods. This is a little gravel service road. I believe this is where they bring all the stuff in when they do concerts. And you go down this little service road, then bear to the right, and then you're in the woods. This is kind of like the back side of everything. You get the picture of the dumpster here, various things like that. The railroad tracks right over there again. And I think there's a maintenance shed back in here. Still on the service road. With the bright sunlight the way it is, I bet the contrast is really something when I go to put this film together. Okay, and here's where the trail goes back into the woods. The entrance here, there's roots and rocks and stuff, but then right down here, this area is kind of like a creek bed. And it's usually dry, but sometimes it's full of water. If it's really rainy out, then it fills up, and then you kind of go on this little side thing here and run this beside it. So. You can see that the trail actually runs here next to it. I'm on the trail now, and the creek bed's a little bit to the right. I wouldn't say it's the creek bed, but because the creek itself is over in here. So it's probably just drainage to get to the creek when it really rains hard. And this is fairly nice down through here, and we'll go across the railroad track in a little bit. So I'll turn this off and turn it back on just before I hit the railroad tracks. This is actually what I call Indian Island Loop Trail. It's kind of like an out and back, with the loop being on the island itself, on Indian Island. We'll cross a covered bridge and then run around the perimeter of the island on a loop and then come back. So it's kind of a partial out and back, partial loop. And over here is a picnic area, and on the sign here, nature garden established in 1961 by the Atlanta branch of the League of American Pen Women Incorporated. I wonder what that means, pen women. Anyway, back on the trail here. That's a little picnic area. I think it's only got maybe 1 or 2 picnic tables. Got some pretty big roots back in here on this part of the trail. You have to watch your footing when you're running, or when you're walking with a camera. We'll go around a bend up here and then we'll run into the trail again. Okay, here's the bend. We're going around. What they did out here is this area, when it rains, is pretty wet, so they put like stepping stones so you won't be underwater when you go through here, because this area that I'm walking at right now that the actual trail is on is underwater when it's really wet. This whole area gets swampy. And then we're coming up to the railroad track here. And they put like stairs up. Come up to the track. And that way. Goes that way towards the train station. And then we go across. We've got big gravel. I don't know if you call this gravel or just railroad stones. Coming down. Next stop will be the grist mill area.